Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. I want to thank you for being with us. Bombshell tonight, another showbiz icon, Woody Allen. Is he done? The megastar outed by daughter Dylan, who claims he molested her for years, starting before the tender age of 7. So why does Hollywood idolize Woody Allen? After Rita Cosby, investigative journalist, there was an investigation, and the prosecutor said on September 24, back when this occurred, that he believed there was probable cause to make an arrest. But during that time, it's when Mia Farrow, Woody Allen's longtime love, they have a lot of children together, when she discovered his, what can I call it? Where's Rita? Her affair, his affair with their other daughter, Soon-Yi, and found nude photos that Woody Allen had taken of the child, Soon-Yi. And it was all during this, and it's my understanding the case didn't go forward because they reached a custody agreement that Allen would have little or no contact with most of his children, and the daughter Dylan, as I know her, Malone, and let me tell you, Rita, I know Malone personally. She worked for me every day, every work day anyway, for about a year here in New York. Long story short, she wouldn't have to testify. She wouldn't have to go through the pain of testifying, and the custody battle would be over. Is that how that worked out?
Yeah, that is how it's worked out. Woody Allen has denied this all along. But what's so staggering is that now she has come out in this letter that was published in the New York Times, and these allegations are explosive and very graphic, Nancy. I mean, she says when she was 7 years old that her then adoptive father, Woody Allen, said, let's go upstairs, took her to a dimly lit closet attic, told her to lay on her stomach and look at her brother's electric chair. And she says, then he sexually assaulted me and said, be a good girl, you'll be in the movies, this will be our secret. And she said she could keep silent no longer. And she also says Hollywood basically forced her to keep silent because they kept giving him accolades, as they continue to do.
Well, and what pushed it over the edge, David Kaplan, celebrity journalist at GossipDavid.com, what pushed it over the edge, David Kaplan, is that this last time he got a Lifetime Achievement Award in the last month or so, and watching that, the children couldn't stand it anymore. His other child, I believe, was named Satchel, now goes by the name Ronan, actually tweeted, where does this fit in with his molesting my sister somewhere around Annie Hall? That was the gist of his tweet. And it's hard for me to understand why this wasn't prosecuted at the time, because he's got a track record. And Kaplan, you know what I say, when you don't know a horse, look at his track record. You already found naked photos of Soon-Yi, who he apparently isolated and then, quote, married after dating his minor daughter. So now, is it so hard to believe what Dylan is saying?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not hard. Clearly, there's a precedent here with him and this type of behavior. And, the Golden Globes tribute was really just sort of, I think it just pushed him over the limit, leading Ronan to tweet saying, missed the Woody Allen tribute. Did they put the part where a woman publicly confirmed he molested her at age 7 before or after Annie Hall? And, we've already had a couple of celebrities who were ID'd in the letter she wrote, the post she wrote in the New York Times, such as Alec Baldwin and Kate Blanchett, taking to Twitter and responding to them being named in the letter.
I don't think it's up to Alec Baldwin and Kate Blanchett to rectify what has happened. I'm just curious, but I understand where she's coming from, because it's like rubbing salt in the wounds. And she even said, you knew me as a little girl, Diane Keaton. Have you forgotten me? And it was, you know what? Let's listen to the letter. Woody Allen, the superstar, he's movie royalty, but that's not all. According to his daughter, he is, and has long been, a child molester. Listen to this.
When I was 7 years old, Woody Allen took me by the hand and led me into a dim, closet-like attic on the second floor of our house. He told me to lay on my stomach and play with my brother's electric train set. Then he sexually assaulted me. He talked to me while he did it, whispering that I was a good girl, that this was our secret, promising that we'd go to Paris and I'd be a star in his movies.
Others are still scared, vulnerable, and struggling for the courage to tell the truth. The message Hollywood sends matters for them. She goes on to write, Woody Allen is a living testament to the way our society fails the survivors of sexual assault and abuse.
That he got away with what he did to me haunted me as I grew up. I was stricken with guilt that I had allowed him to be near other little girls.